Imagine this, a new iPhone launches tomorrow. People are standing in long queues overnight. But wait, the price is 80,000 rupees. Why are people eager to buy something so expensive? Now imagine a supermarket announces a 50% discount on chocolates. Suddenly customers fill their carts. Why do people buy more when prices fall? And here's another mystery. Why do people continue buying petrol even when prices keep increasing? Today, we are going to uncover the hidden psychology behind every purchase we make. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. R. Premalata from Vistas. Welcome to my channel, Economics Unplugged, where economics becomes real life. Every day, millions of buying decisions are made around the world. Some people buy gold, some buy smartphones, some buy groceries. But have you noticed something interesting? Sometimes people buy more, sometimes they buy less. What causes this change? The answer lies in two powerful concepts: demand and elasticity of demand. By the end of this video, you'll understand why consumers behave the way they do and how businesses use this knowledge to make millions. Let's start with a few questions. Why do people rush to buy gold when prices fall? Why do smartphone sales explode during online shopping festivals? Why do people keep buying petrol even when prices rise almost every year? At first glance, these situations seem different, but economists explain all of them using the concepts of demand and elasticity of demand. Today, we are going to decode these everyday mysteries. Most people think demand simply means wanting something, but economists disagree. Suppose you dream of owning an iPhone worth 80,000 rupees. You really want it, but you only have 20,000 rupees. Do you have a demand? No, you only have desire. For demand to exist, three things must come together. First, desire. Second, ability to pay. Third, willingness to spend. Only when all the three combine does demand arise. That's why economists say demand equals desire plus ability to pay plus willingness to buy. Economics defines demand very carefully. Demand is the quantity of a product consumers are willing and able to buy at different prices during a specific period. Notice the important words: quantity, price, time period, ability, willingness. Without any one of these elements, demand cannot be properly measured. That's why businesses spend huge amounts studying consumer demand before launching products. Demand has some important characteristics. First, it is effective desire. Wanting something is not enough. Second, demand must be measurable. For example, 5 kilograms of rice, 2 liters of milk, 10 notebooks. Third, demand changes when price change. And finally, demand always relates to a particular period such as a day, week, month or year. Businesses track all these factors carefully before making decisions. Now we arrive at one of the most famous laws in economics, the law of demand. It says when price falls, demand rises. When price rises, demand falls. Simple but incredibly powerful. Think about your own shopping habits. When your favorite online store announces a discount, what do? You buy more. That's the law of demand working in real life. Let's see the law in action. Imagine a product priced at 50 rupees. Consumers buy 100 units. If price falls to 40 rupees, demand rises to 150 units. Price falls again to rupees 30, demand jumps to 220 units. Finally, at rupees 20, demand reaches 350 units. The pattern is clear. Lower prices attract more buyers. This simple relationship drives pricing strategies across the business world. Economists visualize this relationship using the demand curve. The curve slopes downward from left to right. Why? Because consumers generally buy more at lower prices and less at higher prices. Every supermarket sale, every festival discount, every clearance offer is built around this simple economic principle. Now, here's something important. The law of demand doesn't work under all conditions. It assumes several things remain unchanged: income, consumer preferences, population, prices of related goods, future expectations. Economists call this other things remaining constant. Only then can we clearly observe the effects of price on demand. Now comes the exciting part. Sometimes the law of demand breaks down. Yes, economics has exceptions too. There are situations where people buy more even when prices rise. Let's explore something fascinating examples. Imagine a poor family whose main food is rice. Rice prices increase. Will they buy less rice? Surprisingly, not always. They may actually buy more rice because they cannot afford costlier alternatives like fruits or meat. These products are called giffen goods. They are one of the most famous exceptions to the law of demand. Now let's talk about luxury. Why do people buy expensive diamonds, luxury watches, premium cars? Often the high price itself attracts buyers. People associate expensive products with status and prestige. In these cases, higher prices may actually increase demand. Economics meets human psychology. Suppose you hear that gold prices will rise next month. What would many people do? Buy today. If petrol prices are expected to increase tomorrow, drivers rush to fill their tanks today. Future expectations can completely change current demand. Now let's move to elasticity. Not all products react equally to price changes. A small increase in restaurant prices may reduce customers significantly, but a small increase in petrol prices may hardly affect demand. This difference in responsiveness is called elasticity. Elasticity simply means responsiveness. How much does demand change when price changes, or income changes, or advertising changes? Elasticity helps businesses predict consumer reactions before making important decisions. There are four major types: price elasticity, income elasticity, cross elasticity, advertisement elasticity. Together, they help businesses understand customer behavior from different angles. Tell these are stories. Perfectly elastic demand. If a small price increase causes customers to disappear completely, demand is perfectly elastic. Perfectly inelastic demand. Think of life saving medicines. Even if prices rise, patients still need them. Relatively elastic demand. Restaurant meals, branded clothes, and luxury products. Small price changes can greatly affect demand. Relatively inelastic demand. Salt, petrol, and electricity. Even large price changes have little effect because people still need them. Income elasticity. As people's incomes grow, their buying habits change. Families may shift from buses to flights, from ordinary phones to premium smartphones. Income influences demand in powerful ways. When income rises, demand for normal goods increases. People buy more pizza, smartphones, and air travel. But demand for inferior goods often falls because consumers upgrade to better alternatives. Some products are connected, a change in one affects another. This relationship is called cross elasticity. Tea and coffee, Pepsi and Coca Cola. If tea becomes expensive, consumers may switch to coffee. This creates positive cross elasticity. Complementary goods, cars and petrol, mobiles and chargers, these products are used together. If car sales fall, petrol demand also falls. This is negative cross elasticity. Advertising elasticity. Have you ever bought something after seeing an advertisement repeatedly? That's exactly what businesses measure. Advertisement elasticity shows how demand responds to advertising expenditure. Think about Apple, Coca Cola, McDonald's. Their advertisements don't just sell products, they build emotions, memories, and brand loyalty. That's why companies invest billions in marketing. Elasticity helps everyone. Businesses use it for pricing and sales forecasting. Governments use it for taxation and subsidy policies. Consumers use it to make smarter purchasing decisions. Understanding elasticity means understanding how markets really work. So, what we have learned today: demand is not just desire. The law of demand explains why price and demand usually move in opposite directions. Some fascinating exceptions exist. Elasticity measures how strongly consumers react to changes. And these concepts shape almost every business decision around us. If this video helped you understand demand and elasticity of demand in a simple and practical way, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Economics Unplugged. Tell me in the comments, which product do you think has the most inelastic demand in India? Petrol, electricity, medicines, or something else? I'll see you in the next Economics Unplugged episode. Until then, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep thinking like an economist. Thank you.